one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem will be sung by Kyle McNutt, Richard Myers, Zach Weir, and Vincent Rice Jr. under the direction of Jonathan Payne.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Pure energy. Pure energy.
It's time for Bearcat football with your announcers Larry Dean Mitchell and the swift one, Buddy Swift. This broadcast of Bearcat football is sponsored by A1 Superstop, Big World Pharmacy, Booneville Community Hospital, Booneville Family Clinic, Century 21 Fitzgerald Olson Real Estate, Community National Bank, Connie's Gifts, First Western Bank, Jim and Jason's Barbershop, Mazzio's Pizza, Regions Bank, Skinner Hardware and Appliance, Smee's Drugstore, Tyler Ford, Winchell's Electronics, and the Booneville Development Corporation. Please shop these sponsors of Bearcat football.
And a very pleasant good evening to everybody. This is Buddy Swift this evening, along with David Berry, in lieu of Larry Mitchell, who's on vacation somewhere in the unknown right now, which right now we will not disclose his location, as we don't want people scurrying to try to find that guy. But David, it's good to have you back. I think the last time we did a ball game together was at Paris last year.
Yeah, we did it Paris last year, and I'm glad to be back.
Well, it's good to have you back. It's good to be up here. We are missing Larry by no means. That's one of the things that we're going to always have to say. Larry, we do miss you. Be safe. Have a good time, though. That's one of the things we always have to take care of, is the fact that take care of our Larry.
Then Larry can't be replaced. I'm just going to try to keep the microphone warm, and hopefully I won't burp on his microphone or anything.
I hear that. Tonight, we have a great ball game tonight. We've got the West Fork Tigers scheduled to play against the Booneville Bearcats here in the friendly confines and the beautiful confines of Booneville, Arkansas Bearcat Stadium. And this has all the makings of a pretty good ball game. You know, I think one of the things I heard a comment that was made by Coach Rippey during the course of the week through one of the papers, that he's a little concerned about the playoff talking that's going around town right now. People already kind of foregoing the fact that Booneville's going to be in first place and whatever. And I tell you, that's a place that you can't really go right now. Isn't that true, David?
Yeah, that's right. I read that same article that you read, Buddy, and Coach Rippey, he was concerned about the playoff talk. He's kind of old school where he doesn't like to overlook anybody. And you can't overlook anybody, and especially a team like West Fork coming in tonight. They're in fourth place in the conference, tied with Elkins, so they're right in the thick of the playoff hunt. and they would love nothing more than to come in and knock off the mighty Bearcats.
Well, that's the truth, too. And West Fork has got tradition. I mean, West Fork, I can remember several ball games where West Fork has visited Bearcat Stadium prior to them coming into 4 AAA in the first round of the state playoffs years ago. And so in the past, West Fork's had a great program with some tradition, and they've had some success this year. They're coached this year by Brian Dugan, and their record last year was 4-6. Right now, they're sitting tied for 4th. Isn't that right?
Right.
In the conference, 4 AAA conference.
Got a 2-2 conference record, and they're 4-3 overall.
And right now, Booneville's in first place, sole possession of first place. Ozark in second.
Tied with Farmington.
Tied with Farmington. And
yes.
Farmington's another school that's looming on the horizon out there that we're going to be playing next week. And so, folks at home, hey, you got time to come here. There's still places for you to sit. This could have the makings of a great ball game. We've got football still to play. The playoffs aren't here yet. We've got ball games to play, and it so happens it looks like the next couple is going to run a wide-open type offense. They're going to run a lot of times single back, sometimes no back set. They're going to spread the field, and in the past, that has been proven to give Booneville some problems.
That is going to be an exciting offense, exciting to keep an eye on. And one thing, they've got a lot of talent in their skill positions, that being, quarterback, wide receiver, and running back being your skill positions. It's going to be interesting to see how they match up with the Booneville defense. Booneville, they're pretty solid on defense, and it's just going to be interesting to see the high talent level on both sides going head-to-head. And West Fork, now, they've only allowed like an average of 11 points in all their games. And, Booneville averages about 40 on offense, so you've got...
Seems to be a little unbalanced. However, like you said, the ball game's played on the field, and West Fork comes in very capable. They have a very capable quarterback. He's a senior named Chris Sprick, and that young man was successful last year. And they come in, like we said, with this wide-open offense. However, one of the things that I've noted about the Booneville football program, their defensive scheme especially noted this year, is that our secondary is talented this year. We're a very talented football team. Not to say they're not talented all over the field. They are. Booneville's talented all over, every position. But our secondary is fairly strong, and they've shown themselves to be capable this year. So this ought to be pretty exciting.
Right. And you talking about the talent, go to Booneville's offense. One thing that's going to be interesting to see tonight, how much more of Air Booneville are we going to see? It seems like in the last few weeks we've been seeing a little more passing than what we're accustomed to, which that's a good thing. And I'll tell you, Derek Davis, he has a really strong arm, and he throws a really nice ball. He's overthrown a few receivers, but he has made some plays. But, the overthrows, that's just going to come with practice and reps and some experience. And they're trying to implement that into their offense, and that's going to make a potent team a whole lot more explosive than what they already are.
Well, as you know, going into the state playoffs, when you're going up against talent, and as you go week by week by week, Boone will be facing more and more talent as you go in there. And as the talented defenses you go against with your offense, you have to be more versatile. And Kenneth Rippey is one of those types of coaches that has just shined in that situation. Seems to be, kind of a one-sided, just a one-phase type of a football team. And then my mind will always go back to that state championship game in 2000, against Nashville, to where you go in and Nashville knows what they've got to do is stop the run.
Exactly.
They get the run stopped in Booneville's history, and you know what? That's not the case because we came out with something different. And Kenneth Rippey has proven to be over the years a master of disaster when it comes to that, making people think he's going to do something else. That's pretty cool.
That's exactly right. And, at the high school level, you can get away a little more with being more one-dimensional. Booneville's more traditionally just a run team. But when you look at the Booneville offense, they don't have just one horse that they ride.
No.
They have 4 guys on every play that can beat you running the football.
Right.
And so if they can implement the pass, then it's already opened up front. The big guys up front, and like I say, the backs and the quarterback can bust a run at any time. And if they can get the pass working in that, then the defensive backs and the linebackers, they're not going to be able to just play run first.
And I like the way that Coach Rippey has kind of introduced Derek Davis, the quarterback, into this passing game. and that is he puts him in an environment to throw the football in safe pass routes.
Right.
For example, like you made the mention that he's overthrowing the ball. Well, you know what? That's not a bad thing, because what he was doing is he's throwing the ball in a position to where if we catch the ball, that's great. If we don't, it's incomplete, and it's just a shot in the dark. So it's an opportunity to not get him in trouble, but at the same time give him the opportunity to throw. Roll out, in motion, out of that option attack. Boy, I tell you what, it is awful impressive when it works.
That's the key on the passing is to get him what he's comfortable doing, and don't put him in a situation where he's going to panic and where he can't make a play. And like you say, an overthrow is better than an interception.
Oh, by far. And he likes to be on the move. Derek Davis likes to be going somewhere, and there's no doubt about that. Looks like the West Fork Tigers are starting to take the field. We are just about 6 minutes, according to chronological time anyway, away from this football game getting started. The Booneville Bearcats are just now making their way off the practice field, making their way on to the turf of Bearcat Stadium, and this has the makings of a good football game. Very good football game. Energy's high. There's room out here. I know there is a good chance of some rain tonight. At least all of the forecasts that I have seen say that there's even a possibility of some strong thunderstorms, and that may be keeping a few people away. So those people out there in the sound of our voices, you've got an opportunity to get out here and root these Bearcats to victory, because, hey, face it, we're undefeated. And if we can win these next 3 ball games in a row, we'll be the #1 team in 4 AAA, going to the state playoffs, home standing for a while.
Yeah, but I'm gonna prognosticate that the rain's gonna hold off till after the game.
Okay.
I mean, I can't do any worse than the weathermen do anyway, so
Now, what are you basing this theory on, Stacy?
it's just a guess, okay? I'm looking out the window over here, and it's not raining yet, so
So the weather rock is so far.
the weather rock is not wet.
If it's wet, it's raining. If it's dry, it's not going to rain, right?
And if it's gone, you've been ripped off. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Well, this is kind of an untypical night for October. And I know you folks at home have already been outside probably on your way home from work or wherever you've been today. But it's muggy. It's muggy and hot, and it does feel like there's a storm. Maybe if it holds out, it won't be here in time for the ball game, but it must be somewhere, because it's muggy and hot and sticky, and it kind of reminds me more of kind of August, September maybe.
Unfortunately, that's what it feels like. We really need to get some more cool weather in here. I hope it's on its way.
Looks like the Booneville captain stepping onto the field is going to be number 65 for Booneville, and that's going to be Ron Wells, and number 56. I believe that's the jersey. No, that's right. It's Aaron Plunkett.
Aaron Plunkett.
Aaron Plunkett and Ron Wells. Across the way, do you get those numbers, David, for the West Fork Tigers?
Let's see. It looks like number 20 over there for West Fork. That'd be Jacob Hoops. And I believe that's 23, Nathan Van Name.
The captains for the West Fork Tigers tonight.
Captain's meeting at the 50-yard line for the coin toss.
And number 23, Nathan Van Name.
And here we go.
Captains for
Hey, Ricky May.
Number 56, Aaron Plunkett. And number 65, Ron Wells.
Somebody picked up on
As
the
the
street.
point goes into the air.
The back judge is Steve Kraus. The line judge is Mike
Bearcats are excited to play again today. A lot of players last week got a chance to play, second, third string people. Booneville has won the toss and will receive the football. Looks like West Fork, in the option to kick, will be defending the east goal to start this football game.
Kick and defend the east.
So here we go, Booneville Bearcat fans. Booneville Bearcats, West Fork Tigers.
Getting ready to bring them down the victory line now.
We'd like to remind you at this time that you are listening to Booneville Bearcat football as simulcast on Cool 104.7 KRBK, Booneville, Fort Smith, and Booneville Community Link Channel 2. And by all means, be sure to watch the video replay of tonight's ball game tomorrow at 10 a.m. That is, if you can't be here, watch tomorrow at 10. And here come the Bearcats.
There's plenty of good seats left, so get out here before it's too late.
We would like to thank Subway for supplying a tray of good, delicious sandwiches tonight up in the press box. And,
very good sandwiches.
Very good sandwiches.
I tell you what, we've got all the food we want over here.
Yeah.
We've got football right down here.
How can you beat that?
I'm a very happy man
That's
right now. I guarantee you.
Yeah, how can you beat that?
It doesn't take much to please me.
Subway is very generous, very kind in bringing that stuff up here, making sure that we don't go hungry like I need to not go hungry. And that's right, they will be open until 11 o'clock. So after the ball game, you're a little bit hungry, sneak out, go to the Subway. They'll
we've
fix
got
it for
pizza
you.
back there now,
They'll
too.
fix it for you special.
Wow. I'm on a flounder.
So here we go, Booneville, West Fork. Booneville, homestanding, ranked number 2.
Number 2 overall in Class
state.
3A. That's correct.
Class 3A, West Fork Tigers coming in, battling for that 4th place position in 4 AAA. There's several competitive teams that are out there right now battling for position in 4 AAA. Of course, Booneville on top, right now standing kind of in the lead. Ozark number 2 down in there, along with Farmington trying to battle for that number 2 spot. Elkins, West Fork battling for that other position down there.
And for what it's worth, Elkins is ranked number 37 in Class 3A.
West Fork fell to defeat last week against the Mansfield Tigers in a game they totally dominated the Mansfield Tigers and still came short on the score.
They've played in a lot of close ball games. They've really had just one blowout. Ozark beat them 42-14, I believe. And that was close until the 4th quarter.
Number 5, Chris Sprick, the quarterback, has got the ball teed up and will be kicking off to deep Andrew Springer. Springer on the reception. And there's the handoff on the return. Number 19, Jeremy McDonald, spin move to the left. Got some room. He's at the 40, and he is going to return the ball to the 45-yard line of Booneville. Great return.
That was a nice little return. They always set up with that little reverse deal they set up with. Fake it one way, another way, give it somewhere. And there was a big hole for Jeremy that time to come up through all the way to the 45-yard line. A nice return and good field position for Booneville.
Excellent field position for the Booneville Bearcats to start this football game. Bearcats, West Fork Tigers, Bearcat Stadium, 11:51. Game has just started. Derek Davis brings his troop to the line. Twins to the left. Wideouts left. Fake to the fullback. Davis keeps it. He's to the 50-yard line. He crosses the 50 and makes it to the 48-yard line.
And he's brought down there by number 33 for West Fork. 33, Presley Curry. And 35 was also in on that. And I don't have a 35 on my roster.
And that's going to be an option play, a veer play to the inside. Fake to that fullback. Shaw always draws attention. Once the defense went to him, pulled the ball and made a good gain, about an 8-yard gain. Second down 2, ball at the 48 of West Fork. There's the snap. Handoff to Christian. Curtis Christian around the left side. He's to the 45, inside the 45, down to the 42-yard line with a 1st and 10 inside West Fork territory, 42-yard line.
He's brought down by number 82 for West Fork, Daniel Yates. That's first down.
David, I believe that was that hand back to the left side, that misdirection play that I love to watch that play with McDonald and Christian where they run it. It gets them wide. Those linemen are able to pull and kick out, and we have some big linemen and quick linemen. Booneville's very blessed on the offensive side of the football this year. Davis brings his troop to the line. There's the snap. A handoff this time to McDonald. Hand back to the right side. He's crossed the 40, to the 30, to the 20. He is going to score. Touchdown, Booneville.
Touchdown, Booneville. Untouched around the end there, buddy.
That's going to be a 42-yard touchdown run for Jeremy McDonald. So with 10 minutes, 53 remaining in the first period, Booneville strikes first blood, leading now 6-0.
Looks like Wayne Pack, I believe, is on to attempt the extra point for Booneville. And his holder is going to be Chris King, number 21 for Booneville.
Pack the point.
Ball snap.
And it's no good. Wide to the left. Little knuckleball to the left. So with 10:53 remaining in the first period, Booneville leads 6-0, and we will be back. At Stadium, 10:53, and a bolt of lightning. Jeremy McDonald on a handback to the right side after faking to the fullback goes 42 yards for the touchdown run. Booneville now leading 6-0 after the missed extra point, David.
And Chris Frick, number 5, is back deep for West Fork to receive the kick.
It looks like Corey Carter, number 54, is kicking off. There's the kick.
It's a good kick.
It's going to carry down to about the 13-yard line. Looks like they're going to run a crisscross on the return. However, number 20, I believe, is the young man who keeps the ball, and he's tackled immediately at the 21-yard line of West Fork.
Jacob Hoops return that ball for West Fork.
Looks like number 32 for the Bearcats on that stop. Thomas Bursey. Also who, 51. 51 on that stop also is going to be Josh Tanner. So now we get to see West Fork on their wide open type, West Coast type offense. Goes into formation. As you see, they're taking the plays from the sideline on a flipboard, which is not unusual. Very similar to what Shiloh Christian has done in the past. Shotgun formation. Sprick takes the snap, hands off to the inside to number 20 on just a give and go. Carries up to about the 24-yard line. Call it about a 3-yard gain, 2-yard gain.
Hoops on the carry, number 20 for Westport. Number 8, Anthony Tillery, I believe, on the stop there for Booneville.
The whole offense for West Fork will look to the side as the coach calls the play, and it's a numeral given play from the sideline. In the shotgun formation, 4 wideouts. There's the snap. Handoff again to number 20 and met in the backfield immediately.
Curtis Christian dropped him there for a big loss.
Looks like number 20 was the ball carrier again, and that is Jacob Hoops, and he's going to be stopped for what looks to be like about a 6-yard loss there, David.
And you know, Buddy, the West Fork line, there's pretty big old boys up front they've got.
Pretty good-sized young men. Now West Fork is going to be facing a 3rd and 14. Ball is spotted at about the 17-yard line of the West Fork Tigers. Again, West Fork looking to the sideline, getting their play called. Now it looks like Sprick, the quarterback, is going to come under center. He breaks out of the shotgun, comes under center, and there's the snap. A quick fade route to the outside. The ball is complete. It is complete to the 39-yard line, which will be enough for a West Fork first down. A fade route to the right sideline, 1st and 10.
Please, that was 82 Daniel Yates on the reception, the receiving end of that pass. That high lofting pass just drops down right in his hands, and really hard to defend on that play. Got the defenders looking backwards up over their head. And it's just hard to defend that one.
Well, that defender is very tall, and he just outsized us over on the side, and the ball was high and pulled it down. Now the shotgun again, West Fork. There's the snap, fake to number 20. Quarterback Sprick keeps the ball himself, carries up, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage, David.
I believe Tony Davis, 57, was in on that tackle. Did I get that right? Okay.
David, he's going to carry for no gain on that. Just a handoff out of the shotgun formation. Right now, West Fork is running out of the spread formation, 4 wideouts with a single back. Sprick handing the ball kind of forward to number 20 that time for the West Fork. That's Hoops. And again, they're lined up out of the shotgun. 2nd and 10, West Fork. There's the snap. Handoff to Hoops, number 20. Man at the line of scrimmage, breaks 1 tackle, going to gain about 4 yards to the 44-yard line of West Fork.
I'm trying to see who came up on the bottom of that, who got the first. I believe that was Derek Davis in there on the hit, the initial hit.
With 8:45 remaining in the first period, the score of Booneville 6, West Fork nothing. West Fork mounting a little drive of their own, however, facing a big 3rd down and 5 at this point at the 44-yard line of West Fork. West Fork looking to the sideline, getting their play out of the shotgun formation. Sprick and Hoops both in the backfield. Long snap count. There's the snap. Hand off to Hoops again. Around the right end, and he's going to be tackled in the backfield by number 60.
Jacob King drug him down right there.
Jacob King is going to tackle Hoops, the ball carrier, for about a 3-yard loss there, David.
4th down now.
And now it'll be decision time with 4th down and about 8 is what West Fork is facing. West Fork looks like they're going to shuttle in their punt team.
They're going to punt. Looks like number 14, Clinton Ellis, is going to be back deep in punt formation for West Fork. And we've got Tobler Turner, number 24, deep for Booneville to receive the punt.
And there's the snap, kind of a high, lofty snap, but the kick is away clean. Knuckler carries down to about the 25, and it hits. Hits and rolls down to the 20, just inside the 20 to the 19-yard line of Booneville. So with 7:36 remaining in the first period, Booneville leading 6-0. Booneville is going to set up shop with the worst field position of the night so far at their own 19-yard line, 1st and 10, David.
Yeah, last drive we started up about the 45. Now we're going to be back at our own 19. Got a big hole to climb out of here.
New territory a little bit. So Booneville facing a 1st down and 10. West Fork's opportunity to kind of redeem themselves defensively. Booneville comes out with a single wide out to the left. Double wing backs. Davis brings his troop up. Long snap count. Broken play. Davis just keeps it himself and tries to get as much as he can, David. He's going to get about maybe to the original line of scrimmage. David, it looked like he was going to try to run that hand back to the left side, but nobody was there. So the play was broken, and Davis just salvaged what he could get.
He did the best thing he could do there. Just tuck it and if he can get a yard, fine. If you can't, you don't want to turn it over this deep.
That's got to be an empty feeling to back out of there and have that position to have the ball. There's nobody there.
Just hanging in the wind.
2nd 10. Davis brings his troops. There's a hand back going to McDonald, number 19. He's got some room. There's a good block out in front of him. Davis to the 40. To the 45-yard line. McDonald carries it all the way to the 47-yard line. And that is going to be a 27-yard gain.
He was driven out by number 5, Chris Sprigg, by Westport there. Big pickup for Booneville.
27 yards on the carry for McDonald. Driven out of bounds, like I said, at the 47-yard line. Booneville now has a 1st and 10. Great block out in front. I didn't pick up the blocker's number. I was so busy watching the move by McDonald. Davis has his troops set. There's a handoff, and that's Shaw right up the middle for the first carry of the night for Daniel Shaw.
Michael Sanders, number 17, on the stop there for Westport.
Looks like Shaw's going to pick up about a yard, maybe a yard and a half. Ball is going to be spotted at the 49-yard line. Now facing a 2nd and 8.
Daniel Shaw, he's a big old boy. He'd get tackled. Guy had to jump on his back and just ride him down.
He's one of the most impressive fullbacks. Him and that Dunham kid out of Elkins are both pretty impressive. There's the snap.
Tackle.
Handoff again to McDonald, and he's going to be man in the backfield. Ball's on the ground, too.
I think he fell right back on top of that one. I think that was 89. I saw 89 in there for Westport on the first hit, and I don't have 89 on the roster.
I believe that was 88.
Okay.
88 for the Westport Tigers, and that's going to be Justin Van Zandt. And that's going to be a 2-yard loss. Actually met him in the backfield. So Booneville's now going to be facing a 3rd and 10, which is going to be a big 3rd down play.
It's pretty good pursuit there by the Westport defense to get in there and stop that play.
Well, it's almost like they knew what was coming, and they shot number 88, which is a defensive end, on a gut on that. Davis has the troop set. There's the snap, and he's going to back and throw it.
He got Christian.
Complete. He's to the 20, down to the 19-yard line. Curtis Christian on the first pass play of the night to Curtis Christian.
We were wanting to see it, and we got to see it. The first one was a completion. Nice pass by Davis there.
From Davis to Christian, and that's going to be what, about a 10, 25, 27-yard pass play?
Deep in Westport territory now. It's going to be about the 19-yard line of Westport. 1st and 10 Booneville.
I'll have to apologize to you guys. I've had trouble with my voice all day long, and I'm getting excited. And the more I get excited, the more my voice tries to wane. There's the snap. Handoff to Curtis Christian around the left side. Good blocking out front. He's going to score. He's down to the 5. And touchdown Booneville. Curtis Christian.
Curtis Christian. How about that?
Out in front of Curtis Christian that time was number 56, and that's Aaron Plunkett, who pulled out of there to make that block on the defensive end and did a great job clearing the way for Curtis Christian for the 2nd touchdown of the night for the Booneville Bearcats.
And nobody touched him until he was in the end zone.
So with 5,
we're going for 2 here.
09 remaining in the first period, Booneville now extends the lead to 12-0. Curtis Christian.
And they're set up to go for 2 now, buddy.
There's the snap. Handoff to McDonald. Going to be met in the backfield, and it is no good.
Dropped right there.
Dropped in the backfield, so the 2-point conversion attempt is no good. So with 5:09 remaining, Booneville leading 12-0. We'll be back after these messages. Back at Bearcat Stadium, this is Buddy Swift along with David Berry, and we have got a good ball game here. Booneville just scored with 5:09 remaining on a 24-yard Curtis Christian touchdown run. And now we have got the ball teed off, and Haney is kicking the ball, and he's kicking it very short. The ball hits at about the 30-yard line, and it looks like
ground. Booneville got it. Booneville got it right there.
Let's take a look at this. The ball was kicked really high, end over end, and very short. Booneville has the football.
At the Westport 31-yard line.
That's going to be Josh Tanner comes up with that onside, an inadvertent onside. I don't think it was intended for an onside kick.
No, I don't think it was intended either, but the final result, you'll take it.
But Josh Tanner will take it. Josh Tanner was a young man who ended up with it, so the result of that being Booneville now has a 1st and 10 inside Westport territory at the 31-yard line of Westport. Derek Davis has his troops set, long snap count. Even longer snap count, man in motion. McDonald. Handoff to McDonald on a blast play to the right side. And McDonald is going to carry for about a 3-yard gain.
That's 44, Jacob Bragg on the stop for West Fork. First Tiger in there on that play.
Looks like out in front is number 56 for the Bearcats again. That's Alex Mashner, Aaron Plunkett. Aaron Plunkett again leading out in front on the blocking. Aaron has already made an impression on us up here in the press box with his blocking tonight. It's going to be about a 4-yard gain. We're going to call it 2nd down and 6. The ball is spotted at the 26-yard line of West Fork. Derek Davis brings his troops to the line of scrimmage, and there's the snap. And it's a fake. It's a rollout to the right-hand side. Got a man open. Oh. The pass was intended, I believe.
I believe Shaw was out there because he intended, wasn't he? Didn't I see
I believe
35?
it was for number 80.
For number 80?
Number 80.
About 3 of them touched it.
Jed Bulliard, I believe, was the young man who was the intended receiver on that. Again, we faked the hand back to the left side and rolled out to the right. Davis had opening to the right side, had several men open. The ball was just thrown behind. So now Booneville faces a 3rd and 6 from the 26-yard line of West Fork. Curtis Christian's got the ball, and he takes it to the 15, got a little more running room, a little second effort. He's going to carry him down to the 11-yard line, which looks like it's going to be about a 13-yard gain for Christian that time. It's well enough for a first down. Be 1st and 10 Booneville at the 12-yard line of West Fork.
It's like Daniel Yates on the stop again for West Fork, number 82.
There's 4:11 remaining in this first quarter here at Bearcat Stadium. The Booneville Bearcats leading the West Fork Tigers 12-0. 1st and 10 Booneville. Booneville can get a first down, but they've got to get inside the 1-yard line to get a first down. Derek Davis brings his troops 2 wide out. Springer wide to the right. In motion is McDonald. Rolling out to the right is Davis. He's got a man. He's going to try to force it in there, but the pass is incomplete. Give Davis credit on that. Throwing it where it can only be caught by his receiver. Incomplete.
Yeah, and it was incomplete. There was pretty good coverage there for West Fork. I believe that's 35 for West Fork on the coverage there.
Andrew Springer was the intended receiver on that pass play. Again, McDonald went into motion, looked like he was going to run a blast play to the left side. However, the fake took place, and then Davis rolled to the right and threw the ball into the right corner of the end zone, which the ball fell incomplete after good coverage by West Fork. 2nd and 10, Booneville. There's the snap. Looks like McDonald's got it to the right side. Going to be hit at the line of scrimmage, but second effort's going to get him about 3 or 4 yards. Let's take a look as they unscramble that pack, David.
See 53 for West Fork in there, Kyle Pepper.
It's going to be about a 3-yard gain. It looked to me like he cut on the inside. However, his blocking had cleared the lane to the right side, out a little bit, bumping it farther to the outside. He probably would have had a bigger lane to run into. However, it's easier to see here than it is down there.
Big 3rd down here.
Boone will be facing a 3rd down and 7. Ball is just inside, call it at the 8-yard line. Hand back, this time to McDonald. He's looking, trying to it's touchdown. McDonald. McDonald did a great job that time, David. He came and just kind of jitterbugged and let his blocking develop out in front of him. And when the lane opened up from his blocking, just scooted in for the touchdown.
One of the defenders fell down too, or the line there shifted on the defensive line, and he took a tumble right there, and he never was able to recover.
So with 2:58 in the first period remaining, McDonald scores on a 7-yard TD run.
Wayne Pack now for the extra point. King with the hold. Good snap, good hold.
And
that
good.
kick is good.
So with 2:58 remaining in the first period of this football game, Booneville leads over West Fork 19-0, and we'll be back after this message. Booneville Bearcats leading the West Fork Tigers 19-0 with 2:58 remaining in this first period of football. We just witnessed a 7-yard TD run by Jeremy McDonald, and there's the kick. Ball carries down to about the 22-yard line, where West Fork tries to run a crisscross, and he's nailed after about a 1-yard gain there, David.
Looked like they tried the little crisscross like you talk about, and just the first guy that had the ball was ready for it. Nobody else was.
It was a little slow to develop. So far, that was Andrew Haney again that kicked the ball off that time for Booneville. And one thing that Andrew does is he gets a lot of height on the football, and by the time the ball comes down, there's defenders everywhere.
Yeah, that's beneficial.
So now West Fork will be setting up shop for the third time tonight as far as their offensive possessions. They've got the ball 1st and 10. Take that back. This will be their second offensive possession. They blew their last one on an unintentional onside kick, I believe.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 out of the shotgun, West Fork at their own 25-yard line. There's the snap and a handoff right up to in the interior of the offensive line.
It says Wayne Pack on the stop.
And that's going to be Jacob Hoops on the carry, Wayne Pack on the stop. And David, I don't think he got anything.
Yeah, he barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Barely got back.
This offense that West Fork is running is so similar to what you see a lot of the colleges running now, that West Coast type offense. Spread the field, just hold your interior lineman inside, try to throw the ball and try to run the ball out of that same formation. Sprick, the quarterback, comes under center. This time they ran a fade route last time. They throw a crossing route this time. Ball was intended for number 16 for the West Fork Tigers, and that's Rodney Barnes, but the ball was thrown just a little bit behind him and falls incomplete.
Tobler Turner, number 24 for Booneville, was there on the coverage, and as the ball slipped through the receiver's hands, Tobler almost had him an interception right there.
So now, after that incompletion, the West Fork Tigers is going to be facing a big third down deep in their own territory. Ball at the 25-yard line of West Fork. 2:12 remaining, Booneville leading 19-0. West Fork, Sprint brings his troops to the line of scrimmage, and he goes under center. Breaks out of the shotgun, rotating to his left, looking deep, got a man, intercepted. Intercepted by Davis.
Derek Davis on the interception right there, and what made that one, he had a lot of pressure. The quarterback had pressure on him. He wasn't able to set and make a good throw. When he throws off balance, the ball's just up there, and lots of times like that right there, it's intercepted.
Well, like we were saying, as we watched the play develop down here just underneath us, we could see he had a man that was open, but you said like he was under pressure and overthrew the football, and Derek Davis intercepted. So now Booneville, 1st and 10, 38-yard line of West Fork. Derek Davis sets his troops. Man in motion is McDonald. Here's a lead option to the right side. Pitch to McDonald. He's at the 45-yard line, down to the 30. Take that, 29-yard line of West Fork. Jeremy McDonald on a lead option pitch. Cuts up quickly, carries it down to the 29-yard line of West Fork.
And he was brought down there by number 33, Presley Curry, for West Fork.
I love to watch that lead option. I love option football anyway. I was watching a college game last night between two Louisiana teams. Did you happen to see that?
I was watching the baseball game.
Oh, yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Oh, you baseball guys.
Oh, goodness.
Second down in the yard. Ball at the 30-yard line. There's a handoff to Tobler Turner. He's going to carry around the 30. He's going to try to make the end, and he does. And he's going to carry down wherever he runs out of bounds. Is going to be. Looks like the official's going to mark him at the 25-yard line, but that's going to be about a 5-yard gain and enough for a first down, David.
Knocked out there by 82. Daniel Yates knocked him out of bounds, and Tobler he was stringing it out, trying to get the corner, and he finally got it at about the sideline and cut up, and he got the first down.
Well, his lead block out in front of him that time was by number 56, Aaron Plunkett. Aaron Plunkett has been so active out in front leading those blocks. And I think old Plunkett kept waiting for him to cut inside as he was trying to make that block at the outside. Tobler Turner decided to take it outside on his own. 1st and 10, Bearcats. Man in motion is going to be Tobler Turner. Davis has got the ball on the option. He's going to take it down to the 10-yard line, inside the 10, maybe even down to the 9-yard line, David.
82, Daniel Yates on the stop again for West Fork.
And that's going to be a 16-yard carry that time on the option play keeper by Derek Davis, the quarterback of Booneville.
He did a good job of holding on to that when he had a lot of green in front of him.
1 minute 14 remaining in this first quarter. Booneville leading 19-0 over the West Fork Tigers. And now Booneville has a 1st and goal at the point where you normally don't want to get a 1st and goal at, just inside the 10-yard line. Can't make a first down, got to score the touchdown.
Will we see a pass here?
We got a double tight end set. Man in motion, McDonald on a blast to the right side. Cuts up on the inside, breaks one tackle. Going to get the corner, and it's going to be a touchdown, McDonald. Touchdown, Jeremy McDonald on a blast play that he bumped to the outside after the blocking developed on the inside. 9-yard touchdown run, Jeremy McDonald, with 49 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
It's a really nice touchdown run, and, I asked if we were going to pass. Why do you need to pass when you can run like that?
No doubt. As I'm writing this down, 9-yard TD run, McDonald.
And it looks like they're going to be going for 2 again here.
49 seconds remaining in the first period.
Booneville up 25 to nothing. Going to try to make it 27 here.
Booneville going for 2. Looks like he's going to roll to the right. Davis rolls to the right. He's got a
He got
man,
him.
and it could be.
That was
It
Shaw.
is good. Shaw.
Shaw on the reception.
A little fullback waggle route that time by Shaw, the fullback, and the 2-point conversion is good. So with 49 seconds remaining in the first quarter, Booneville now leads the West Fork Tigers 27 to nothing, and we'll be back after these messages. Stadium, and there's the kick by Andrew Haney. The ball goes to about the 19-yard line. The return by West Fork. He's got a little room, bumps it to the outside, still on his feet, and he's going to finally be brought down, David. Looks like by Corey Carter, along with number 21.
And Chris King, I believe,
Chris
for Booneville.
King for
That's
Booneville.
35 on the carry for West Fork.
West Fork will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line, and this is almost like carbon copy of what they've done in the past. They always end up with the ball somewhere around the 30. A little input that we got from our stats keeper, Glenn Parrish. Booneville has 205 total offensive yards in the first quarter so far. There's 41 seconds remaining in the first period.
That's impressive.
205 yards in the first quarter. Flags on the play. And it's a dead ball foul. Nobody's moved. Ball hasn't been snapped. However, the Booneville Bearcats appear to be applauding, which leads us to believe it's against West Fork.
They're stepping it off against West Fork.
Was it a delay of game? I didn't catch it.
Probably was. 5-yard penalty.
David, I believe it was a delay of game.
That sounds good to me. I didn't see the official signal down there, but it is a 5-yard penalty. That's what that is. Not that's the only 5-yard penalty, but that's probably what that is in that situation.
So now West Fork out of the shotgun is going to be facing a 1st and 15 at the 29-yard line of West Fork. Sprick back to pass, got a man, throws underneath, little bubble screens, got some room. He's going to carry the ball all the way across the 40-yard line down to about the 41-yard line of West Fork.
That was 82, Daniel Yates on the reception for West Fork.
Looks like Jake Bolliard, number 23, the young man who makes the stop for the Bearcats. And he's going to make up about, looks like about 12 yards of that 15 yards that he needed for a first down. So now West Fork faces a 2nd and 3. Sprick out of the shotgun, wide formation, 4 men wide. Quarterback keep right up the middle.
He's going to get about a yard on that one.
I mean, he just got a head of steam up. He never even thought about it. Just took the snap and just went head first into the line of scrimmage. And that is the end of the first period. Folks, with your score, Booneville 27, West Fork nothing, and we'll be back after these messages. I'd like to welcome you back to Bearcat Stadium in Booneville, Arkansas, where we have just ended the first period of play with Booneville leading the West Fork Tigers 27 to nothing. West Fork, after swapping into the field, is now facing a 3rd down and a yard for first down at their own 44-yard line. Sprick brings his troops up, his quarterback sneak, and it's going to be close, David.
He's got that one from where the official ran in at.
Looked like number 54 along with number 75, Wayne Pack.
Corey Carter also on the stop.
Good old Corey Carter. And that is enough for a West Fork Tiger first down ball. They spotted almost squarely at the 45-yard line of West Fork. West Fork looking to the sideline, to that flip board or that number board, getting the play called from the sideline. Out of the shotgun formation, Sprick takes the snap, looks left, pumps once. Pass is intended for number 16, but broken up by number 54, Corey Carter.
Corey Carter on the deflection there.
That pass was intended for number 16 for the West Fork Tigers, and that's going to be Rodney Barnes. And he appeared to be open, but Corey Carter from his linebacker position did a great job of recovering, getting his paw out there and knocking it down.
Yeah, I like that, the paw. Get the big paw up there, get that mid up there, knock that ball down.
So now West Fork, after the incompletion, is going to be facing a 2nd down and 10, ball at the 45-yard line of West Fork. Sprick gets the play. Looks like he's coming under center, breaks out of the gun formation, comes under center, taking the conventional snap. Man in motion, and there's a handoff to the motion man, number 16, and he's going to be tackled for about a 3-yard loss.
Anthony Tillery on the stop there, got back there and brought the big loss.
That's going to be Rodney Barnes on a wingback trap coming to the right side, and he's going to be tackled. I mean, number 8, Anthony Tillery, had nothing to do with that. Got him tackled for about a 3-yard loss on the play, David.
He was right on top of that one, buddy.
So now West Fork facing a 3rd, and actually they're saying that it's Actually, they're saying 13. I started to say it looks a little longer than 12.
That's 13, yeah.
3rd down and 13, West Fork. West Fork up to the line of scrimmage. Center straddles the ball. Out of the shotgun, Sprick takes the deep snap, rolling to his left, looking down. Both men are covered, going to throw it anyway. And it's going to be incomplete. That was good coverage, David, that time by number 24 for the Booneville Bearcats.
Tobler Turner on the coverage there for Booneville.
Good coverage. Boy, I tell you what, when Sprick rolled to his left and pump faked twice, you could tell him he looked once, looked twice, and I looked and kind of spanned across the defensive coverage, and there was not a receiver open.
Tobler was step for step with him down the sideline.
So now, West Fork, on that incompletion, that's going to be 4th down and 13 is what they're going to be facing with the ball at the 43-yard line of West Fork. So the Booneville defense has rose to the occasion. Looks like we've got number 5, and they don't look to be in punt formation. Looks like they're going for, they're in just their normal spread offense, but we have a different, no, he's going to pooch kick it. And there it is. No, it's not a pooch kick. He drives it with nobody back, and the ball rolls, hits about the 16-yard line, and rolls all the way down to the 10-yard line of Booneville.
10-yard line.
That was just a strategic move that time by the West Fork Tigers to keep Booneville from putting somebody back, make it look
field
like
position. They're
playing
playing
a
field position.
good
is what
field
they're
position move that time. Made the defense play defense and not afford to put anybody back deep. And they did a little quick kick out of the shotgun formation and kicks it all the way down to about the 16-yard line and rolls to the 10. So now Booneville sets up shop with 10:40 remaining in the second period. Booneville leading 27-0, and they got deep in their own territory for the first time tonight.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Do you like a good spook house?
Not really.
Not really? We'll talk about that here in a minute.
I'm scared already.
Davis sets his troops. Double tight set. Handoff to Shaw, fullback, right at the middle. First man through. Great carry. He's going to carry across the 15-yard line. Looks like he's going to carry it down to about the 19-yard line. Going to be just a tad shy of the first down.
That's Jacob Bragg, number 44.
Tell us about this spook house, Stacy.
Well, we're going to have a spook house here in Booneville called the Haunted Feed Mill, and that's what it is. It's a feed mill.
Is that right?
It's a haunted feed mill. The Boys and Girls Club's going to do the haunted feed mill.
Well, you need to tell Larry about that because he's like this spook horror
He'll
film.
love it. We'll explain more about it here in a minute.
He's a slasher film guy.
Yeah, that's true, he is.
2nd down in a yard. Handoff this time. Looks like it's going to be Tobler Turner, and he gets the corner. Going to break to the outside, and he's going to carry across the 30. He's going to be hit out of bounds by number 33.
I believe that was 33 for West Fork. Presley Curry.
Tobler Turner carries across the 30 to the 32-yard line, but there are flags down. There is a West Fork Tiger down on the field at this point in time, and that's going to be plenty for a Booneville first down. However, right now the Booneville defense is going to take a knee as the players attended to, and we're going to take timeouts for these messages. Bearcat Stadium, however, we still have a West Fork player down. Looks like Doc Bolliard has stepped across. It's on the far hash mark at about the 20-yard line, east end zone of the Bearcat Stadium. And it appears, they're not going to take any chances with this young man. They called Doc Bolliard out immediately. So it looks like we're going to be here for just a little while. We have to have our hopes and prayers out for this young man. So let's go back to another commercial, Stacy, and we'll be back after these messages. Thank you. Bearcat Stadium, Buddy Swift, David Berry. 9:55 remaining in this first half of football at Bearcat Stadium. Booneville leading 27-0 at this time over the Tigers, and we have a Tiger football player still down on the football field. Fortunately, this West Fork player appears to be moving his feet, which is always a good sign, and it looks like they may be going to attempt to roll him over. However, it looks like we are going to be just a little while. They are going to move him over, which is a good sign. Let's take another message out, Stacy, and we'll be back after these short messages. Stadium, David Berry, Buddy Swift here, 9:55 remaining in the first half, and we still have a player, a West Fork Tiger player, one of the interior linemen for the defense of the West Fork Tigers. He's still down, but however, there's some good sign from this young man. They've got him sitting up. He seems to be conscious, and he seems to be moving. They finally got his helmet off, which that's a good sign too, David.
That's a real good sign. When they roll him over like that and start moving him around, it's probably not as serious because they've got medical staff down there, and they're not going to move anybody if they're not sure that it's safe to move him. So it is a good sign that he's up. He's got his helmet off.
This is a fortunate place for it to happen because we got some of the best staff in the world here. Doc Boyd is some of the best. They're picking him up, which is a great sign. That's a great sign, and that's going to be number 72, I believe.
72 is Josh Myers for West Fork being assistant. Well, he's actually walking off by himself now.
Walking off under his own power, which is a blessing in its own.
Yeah, real good sign.
Good sign. So we're going to be able to pick up and play some football here in a minute. We'd like to remind you folks at home listening to this that you are listening to Booneville Bearcat football simulcast. Cool 104.7 KRBK, Booneville, Fort Smith, and Booneville Community Link Channel 2. And the video replay of tonight's ball game will be aired tomorrow, 10 a.m. So if you can't be here tonight, there's still room for you guys to come out and take a look. If you can't see it tonight, then what you do is you watch it tomorrow. Little rain starting to come down, and there's a snap. And it looks like a melee. Looks like Shaw's the one on the carry that time.
63, Brad Trammell for West Fork on the tackle. And the rain's starting to come down just a little bit now.
Stacy was wrong. Stacy, you was wrong.
I'm as good as the weathermen on TV.
Hey, I'll give you that for sure.
I'll give him that.
You know, well,
Everyone's scurrying
that's
for
a good
rain
point,
gear
too.
now.
Boonville's now facing a 2nd and 11 from their own 46-yard line. The first play was kind of a busted play. There's the snap and a handoff to McDonald, number 19. Going to cut around the right end, waiting for his block out
Got
front.
his block right
Cuts just inside, is going to gain about 11 yards. Very, very close to a first down.
Looks like 44 for West Fork. Jacob Bragg on the tackle. And number 60 for Booneville got out there and got his block.
That's old Jacob King.
Jacob King out there on the lead block.
Boy, it's neat to watch those linemen pull out there. I love to watch those linemen pull, get down the line of scrimmage and block for them.
Yeah, pull a lineman. That's a thing of beauty.
That's a key for this wing T offense that Booneville runs. Officials have taken an official timeout to measure for a first down, and it appears they're going to be just a skosh short of a first down.
A skosh.
A skosh.
Yep,
How far is a skosh?
Well, it depends on where you want to place it.
More
at,
than a
you know?
smidget.
It's kind of like a to-it or a smidget or a...
Yeah.
I'll just tell y'all it's awfully short.
It's more than an inch. So
It's a skosh.
it's a skosh.
I tell you what, we was talking about the haunted feed mill a little earlier. The Boys and Girls Club here in Booneville are going to be having a haunted feed mill next week. Be running through Halloween, starting at 7:30 each night on Highway 23 north of town.
Be there and be scared.
Be there.
Be there and be scared.
Booneville, third down, less than a yard. Hand off to Shaw. And Shaw gets about 3 yards on the carry, which is plenty for a first down. Shaw comes up kind of gimpy just a little bit. I think he tripped over one of his own ball players.
And what else would you call him? Third and short, but Daniel
But
Shaw right up the middle.
Shaw, how do you stop that?
I mean, the guy's a bowling ball out there.
So the ball is spotted at the 40-yard line of West Fork. There is 8 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the first half. Booneville leading West Fork 27-0. Booneville first and 10 at the 40-yard line of West Fork. Derek Davis brings his troops to the line. Christian in motion, pitch to the left-hand side, and he's got room. McDonald blocking out in front. He's down to the 15-yard line and out of bounds at about the 15. He may mark him out of bounds at the 11. However,
I think we're going to get a hold of something of that effect down there.
yeah, the flag is thrown at about the 19-yard line. Jeremy McDonald did a great job.
That was a good block by McDonald. That was a good block by McDonald, but it was a little too good.
Yeah.
He had too much jersey pulling on that one.
So it's going to be a holding call. It's going to be marked off from the point of the infraction, which is the 19-yard line, which is still going to be a 11-yard gain. So it'll be a first down Booneville. However, the ball is now moved back to we're going to call it the 29. It's broken the plane to the 30. First and 10 Booneville.
Back in a familiar spot, back in West Fork territory now, is Booneville.
Derek Davis brings his troops to the line of scrimmage. He has twins to the right, 2 wideouts. A fake handoff to Christian to the right and Roland to the right, and he's got a man open underneath, and he hits him. That's going to be Shaw at the 20. He receives the ball at the 20-yard line and carries it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line, maybe kind of the 6-yard line.
He's brought down there by number 55, Clay Quitten from West Fork.
That's going to look like about a 20-yard, 22-yard gain on that pass play. Well, I tell you, Booneville has really started to utilize when they found out that Shaw's got hands. They throw him the ball, and he does a great job catching. I can't remember him dropping one yet. I don't want to curse him, but I mean, he does a great job.
Well, I was just fixing to bring that up. I think he's caught 2 or 3 already. And what we were talking about, the talent, you know, anybody can hurt you on any given play.
Oh, man. Little waggle route, underneath route. First and goal, Booneville from the 6-yard line of West Fork. Davis takes the snap, hands off to Shaw, right up the middle on isolation. Touchdown, Shaw! Daniel Shaw, touchdown.
How about that? He ran over 2 West Fork Tigers to get there at about the 1-2 yard line.
That's going to be a 6-yard TD run. Daniel Shaw with 7:24 remaining in the first half.
It's 33-0 now, and I do believe they're going to attempt the 2 again.
You know, we kind of gotten out of sync. We were so used to pack the point, making it perfect right down the middle, and get that one missed extra point. Kind of throws things off kilter.
I like that, pack the point.
Yep. Nothing wrong with that. And Booneville is attempting a 2-point conversion after the Daniel Shaw touchdown.
Whoops.
Oh, there's going to be movement.
Daniel Shaw fell forward just a little bit.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, give him credit. He didn't fall all the way over on his head.
And now that's going to be a 5-yard mark-off against the Bearcats in their extra point attempt. Boy, that's a tragedy. That's a tragedy, though, on a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, it really is.
That changes everything. Everything looks different now. The ball, instead of being at that at the 2-yard line, is now going to be stepped out here to about the 8. However, Booneville has opted to still go for the 2-point conversion, David.
I think we'll see a pass here.
Man wide to the left, man in motion is Christian. Lead option to the left. Davis has got it. He's carrying it down, and it's good. So an 8-yard 2-point conversion run by Derek Davis, the quarterback, on lead option with 7:24 remaining in the first half. Booneville now leads West Fork 35-0, and we will be back. Stadium, Booneville Bearcats are about to kick the ball off. 7:24 remaining after a 6-yard TD run by Daniel Shaw. The ball is kicked to the 15-yard line, West Fork returning up to the 20, 25 to the 30-yard line of West Fork.
Tell you what, number 40 for Booneville, Brad Riles, he popped that old boy. He came across.
Oh, Brad Riles.
He never saw it coming.
He's a gunner, I'm telling you, Brad Riles. You know, one of the things that Coach Brown was talking about, that 2-point conversion that Booneville just took place right here, brought that score to 35-0, which brings that mercy rule into effect. So that's going to be one of those situations where go ahead and get the points and the mercy rule goes into effect.
Now, once that mercy rule's in effect, it cannot be pulled off. Is that right?
It's not pulled off, no.
Okay.
So now West Fork has a 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line, and he's going to be stopped. That's going to be Sprick, the quarterback.
So Anthony Tiller, number 8 on that, and also I believe 57 was in on that stop. Tony Davis for Booneville.
Sprick, the quarterback, I mean, right up the middle, and he's going to get very little.
Must have been a fumble that was recovered at the line of scrimmage.
Let's take a look at where they mark it. They're just going to take it to the line of scrimmage. We're going to say no gain. So now the Tigers are facing a 2nd down and 10. The Booneville Bearcats have performed flawlessly so far. Whatever fears Coach Rippey had coming into this ball game are beginning to kind of diminish.
Yeah, I don't think overlooking these guys was too much of a problem. I don't think they overlooked them. They were ready to play.
This football team has got, you know, they've got a little chemistry about them. I think they're ready to play every night. Rotating to the left, got a man, but it's coming back to the ball.
You know, he overthrew that one, and there again we had pressure. I believe Curtis Christian in there on the pressure for Booneville. Quarterback just does not have time to set and find his receivers down the field.
West Fork had a different quarterback in there that time, David. They had Blake Hassel, an 11th grader, in there at quarterback that time in place of Chris Sprick. And the pass was thrown out there pretty good. It's just the receiver was coming back to the ball, and he threw it where he was.
You know, it's a tribute to the coaches. You just mentioned it. They don't overlook anybody. They're always ready to play.
Always ready to go. Do what it takes to get them prepared. 3rd down and 10. West Fork out of the shotgun, back to pass. He's got a man, but the ball is slightly underthrown. And coverage that time, I think, was made by number 23 for the Bearcats, And that's going to be Jake Boyard.
And it looks like we had Brad Riles and Tony Davis with the pressure again for Booneville, number 40 and number 57 back there with the quarterback.
But the ball falls incomplete, and so West Fork again unsuccessful in being able to mount any kind of an offensive drive, and is now going to be facing a 4th down and 10 from their own 31, 32-yard line save. Booneville sending Tobler Turner back deep to receive. He's setting up at about the 30-yard line of Booneville. And Coach Beckham screaming at him to get up a little closer, thinks he's too deep.
Was that Clinton Ellis to punt?
Boy, I tell you what, ball is going to roll down to about the 40-yard line of Booneville. But David, tell them about what Corey Carter just did, just almost.
Well, I was looking back over on this side of the. I didn't get to see what.
I tell you, Corey Carter came within a hair's breadth of blocking
We
that.
almost
David.
had a block on that one.
I mean, he was coming through hard. He had a beat on it, and I believe he may have even touched it a little bit. Corey Carter was just inches from getting a full-blown block on that. And now Booneville, with 6:07 remaining in this first half, leading 35-0 over West Fork, has an opportunity to run offensive shop again from their own 40-yard line. Derek Davis has his troops set, wide out to the right side, double wingback set, handoff to the fullback. And I believe that's going to be number 25. I believe that's going to be Levi Luter. Luter's going to be about a 7-yard gain for Levi. Going to carry the ball all the way to the 47, almost the 48-yard line of Booneville. You know, I've got a little story about Levi. Levi went with us on a church trip on last Sunday, and I was just pleased to be around him. He is a fine, I'm just going to tell you this. Levi Luter's a fine young man. I enjoyed every minute of being around Levi. Man in motion, McDonald. Handoff to a blast to McDonald. McDonald's looking, kind of feeling his way around to find some opening, running to daylight. He's going to feel his way for about a 10-yard gain there, David. Carries the ball all the way down to the 43-yard line of the West Fork Tigers.
That's 35 again on the stop for West Fork, and we're back across into West Fork territory again. Been there a lot tonight.
Oh, Levi wouldn't like me to say this, but Levi will line dance. He'll do, and he's good at it. I mean, he works with young kids. You know, we have some really great kids on this football team, or kids is not really the word, young men. They're just you know, there's something the community can be proud of other than playing football.
Timeout on the field.
We've got a timeout. I think we were pretty close to running to out of time on the 25-second clock, and we'll take time in for these messages. Bearcat Stadium, David Berry with Buddy Swift. 4:58 remaining in this first half. Booneville leading West Fork 35-0. And we're getting to see a few little changes already, David, offensively for the Bearcats. Levi Luter in at fullback. We've also got some new halfbacks in there. One of those is Bolyard, number 23 on the carry right there. And number 23, Bolyard, Jake Bolyard to be more specific, is going to carry the ball all the way down to about the 31-yard line of West Fork, and that's going to be enough for a Bearcat first down.
And he was stopped there by number 23, Nathan Van Name. 23 stopping 23.
We'd like to take this opportunity to thank Sean Bledsaw for bringing up some pizza, Mazzio's Pizza.
I need to get some of that.
Some outstanding stuff. Sean is always just, I guess the word is diligent. I mean, he's always here with the pizza, and there's always people just waiting for him to bring it. So
see, I see number 1, Kyle Adair, split out near to the left side.
There's the
jersey
snap.
in there.
Hand off to number 32. Cuts up on the inside. He's going to probably barely get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be Thomas Bursey on the carry for the Bearcats.
And Blake Hassel, number 2 for West Fork on the stop.
Booneville has already, as you said, started to make some multiple substitutions offensively. There's 4:05 remaining in this first half.
You know,
Booneville
these guys are going to
leading
they're going to get a lot of playing time, a lot of experience, a lot of valuable experience. This is huge for Booneville when they're able to do
Oh,
this.
man, and it can't do anything but help. I mean, think about it, all during two-a-days and stuff, these young men practice and play just as hard as any of the rest of them do.
That's right.
Second down and just over 10 yards. Ball at the 32-yard line of West Fork. Davis, handoff to, let's see, he's going to hand off to Luter, and he's got a little room. He's going to break it past the 30, take it down to the 25, down to the 23-yard line of West Fork.
Number 35 for West Fork on the stop there.
Levi Luter on that isolation fullback carry to the left side. However, he is short, David, of a first down. He lacks about 2 yards, so it's going to be 3rd and 2 for a first down for the Bearcats.
'82 Alan Lothar in there for Booneville, New Jersey. He split out wide to the right.
3rd and 2. Derek Davis, man in motion, is going to be Bolyard. Handoff to Bolyard on a dive play to the left side, and it looks like he's going to carry across the 20 into about the 18-yard area, and it's going to be enough for a Bearcat first down.
He's brought down by Yates.
Ball is at the 18-yard line. First and
Yates
10
on the stop.
for the Bearcats.
Well, I'll tell you what, that time, number 23, Jake Bolyard got in right behind on number 65 for the Bearcats. That's a Ron Wells, and Ron Wells hollowed him out a hole in there. Got him a first down.
We've got number 15, Kyle Murray, in here split near to the left side of the formation.
There's the snap, handoff. Actually, it was a fake or a fumble.
Ball on the
It's
ground.
a fumble, and West Fork
Fork
has recovered.
recovers. Looks like number 5 for West Fork came up with that ball. That's Chris Sprick.
I don't know if there was a misread between the fullback. It looked like Davis thought that Luter had the ball, and Luter just acted like he wasn't supposed to get it. So there was a miscommunication.
Just a little miscommunication there.
As Larry was saying, miscombobulation.
They're
Something happened in there.
They're all miscombobulated
They're
down there.
miscombobulated in there. So now West Fork has a 1st and 10 with 2:25 remaining in the first half. The ball is inside the 20, about the 19-yard line of West Fork. And it looks like, quarterback-wise, for West Fork, we have Chris Sprick, number 5, back in. There's a handoff to number 3 right out of the shotgun, and he's going to be stopped for a loss, David.
There's several purple jerseys in there on that. Let's see who comes up off the bottom. I do believe 75 is Wayne Pack. 45, that's Andrew Springer.
Oh, Springer, he's all pumped up.
Also in there on that. There were several of them in there. There's been several around the ball tonight. Of course, that's typical of a Booneville defense.
Typical Bearcat.
Swarm to that football.
Want to be around the ball. That's going to be a 2-yard loss. 2nd and 12 out of the shotgun. Sprick looking to his left, throws quickly to number 1 and just outside of his grasp, David, so it falls incomplete.
Wow, and did you see Tobler Turner come flying in the quarterback's face? Just almost knocked that ball back.
Flying around the ball.
Flying around the ball. That Tobler Turner, he's an exciting little ball player.
Oh,
You know it?
hell, he's been lighting it up all year long.
Yeah.
Tobler's very, very exciting to watch. So now after that incompletion and the loss of yardage on the first play from scrimmage, West Fork is going to be facing a 3rd and 12. I know they've got 3rd and 11 on the board, but it's really 3rd and 12. 3rd and 12 from their own 16-yard line. Got trips to the left. He's just throwing the ball up there, hoping somebody can catch it.
There's that pressure again. We had Carter up there for Booneville on the pressure. Quarterback just throws it up for grabs. That's
Sprick didn't have anything to do with it, but just get rid of it. I mean, he didn't even have 2 seconds back there.
yeah. Corey Carter was right there on top of him. He just throws that up for grabs. That's a dangerous play right there.
Oh, Tony Davis, number 57. That young man is quite a defensive player too. I have to brag on Tony. I go in CVs. Tony, every time I go in CVs, he has to ask me to see the ball game. He is a great, we have got some great, I like to brag on these guys. We have got some great young men on this ball team. 4th and 12 in punt formation is number 14 for the West Fork Tigers. That's going to be Clinton Ellis. And there's the snap, and it's an end-over-end knuckler. The ball's going to hit about the 45-yard line of West Fork, bounces over midfield, carries all the way down to the 44-yard line of Booneville, where Booneville will have a 1st and 10 with 1 minute and 31 remaining in the first half. Booneville still leading 35 to nothing, David.
1 minute and 31 seconds left. We've got good field position. They can punch one in right here. They got plenty of time to do so.
Well, I bet from what we're seeing going out onto the field that we're going to have numerous substitutions again, not unlike what we saw against Walden last week, to where a lot of people, a lot of young men got an opportunity to play.
That's the other ball you're going in there right now, isn't it? I believe number 80.
Number 80, Andrew Haney is in. That's Jed Bolyard, number 80. 1st and 10. Derek Davis is still in at quarterback. Handoff to number 32. Good cut, good strong run. Thomas Bursey.
Looks like number 2 for West Fork came up and made the initial hit, and all he did is he just bounced off the ball carrier, and he was able to get a couple more yards. You got to lock up. He just didn't lock up. He just went for the big hit, and he just bounced off the ball carrier.
Oh, Thomas Bursey made a great couple of moves in there and just wouldn't give up. About a 7-yard gain. Second and long 3. Ball at the 49-yard line of West Fork. Man in motion is Mercy. Handoff to Levi Luter right up the middle. And Levi, David, is going to be very close to a first down.
Dropped there by number 44 for West Fork and number 5. That's Chris Sprick and Jacob Bragg.
Oh, Levi Luter hits that hole so fast. That's one thing Daniel Shaw and Levi both can do, hit that hole so quickly. And that is enough for a Bearcat first down. The ball spotted at the 45-yard line of the West Fork Tigers. David, there's only 36 seconds remaining in this first half, and that clock is counting. There's the snap. Handoff to Boyard. He's trying to get this left side. However, he's going to be corralled there by 3 white and black jerseys from West Fork.
I believe 35 and 63 for West Fork were the 2 in there that drove him out of bounds.
You know, I watched this looking back here on these little screens, and it tickled me. Those 3 guys from West Fork lined up against him. He just backed up, dropped his shoulder, let him have it.
He just bowed up on him.
He bowed up and went again.
That was Brad Tremmel running him out of bounds there for West Fork.
And folks at home, that is the end of the first half of play. Bearcat Stadium, Booneville, Arkansas, where the homestanding purple Booneville Bearcats are now leading the West Fork Tigers 35-0. And we will be back to you with the second half of action. And the Booneville Bearcats, in which the Booneville Bearcats have come out on, I guess you would call it the long end of the stick by 35-0 in the first half.
Yeah, the long end of the stick. You know, West Fork first came out and they had their spread offense, and the first couple of plays it looked like that they were going to be able to move the ball on Booneville, but it just wasn't so. Booneville was just able to put the clamps down on them and shut them down. Offensively, they had, you know, against Booneville's defense, they haven't been able to do anything.
Well, so far, Booneville has just been excellent all night long, both offensively and defensively. A scoring synopsis would be, with 10:53 remaining in the first period, there was a 42-yard touchdown run by McDonald. Missed the extra point, making it 6-0. With 5:09 remaining in the first period, a 24-yard touchdown run by Curtis Christian, where we missed the 2-point extra point try, 12-0. With 2:58 remaining in the first period, a 7-yard touchdown run by Jeremy McDonald, packed a point at that point in time. So now we're looking at now we can hear a little better now. It was pretty good.
It is better, isn't it?
For you folks at home, we were being bombarded with sound. Now we can actually participate in this right here. With 49 seconds that is, remaining in the first period, there was a 9-yard touchdown run by Jeremy McDonald. 2-point conversion was good, making the score 27-0. That was all in the first quarter alone. And then with 7:24 remaining in the second period, a 6-yard touchdown run by Daniel Shaw, and the 2-point conversion was good, making the score 35, as you see it on the board right now, David, 35-0.
Pretty good performance by Booneville overall.
So yeah, it has. It's been an unbelievable performance by the Booneville Bearcats so far. Offensively so far, Booneville has total offense 343 yards and 1/2 of work. And kind of not mirroring, but in opposition, the West Fork Tigers have 31 total yards. Booneville has 20 first downs. West Fork has 2 first downs. I think you would call that domination.
I think you'd call that defensive domination by the Bearcats.
I think that would be called domination. And now, Bearcat fans, we've got the Booneville Bearcats ready to kick off to the waiting West Fork Tigers. So we're going to get this second half underway, David. And there's the kick. Corey Carter kicks it, a line drive, going to kick the ball down to the 9-yard line, drives him back to the 9, returns up to the 20, gets hit at the 22, and falls forward to the 25-yard line, David.
That looked like Brad Riles on the hit. Dropped him right there, just hit him and knocked him down. It's a nice hit by Brad.
So West Fork is going to have a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Booneville leading 35-0. And here we go. First offensive possession for the second half, West Fork Tigers. But he's out there at right linebacker right now. Under center, not out of the shotgun. Quick pass off the left, thrown just behind his intended receiver. Sprick throws the pass just a little behind him.
I believe his intended receiver was number 16 there for West Fork. It'd be Rodney Barnes.
The clock will stop for injuries and for coaches' timeouts.
And as what the public address announcer is saying, the mercy rule is in effect, and that clock is not going to stop due to play. It's only going to be stopped due to timeouts and injuries. So once it's in effect, the mercy rule is in effect after 35 points, that's where it's going to stay. So now facing a 2nd down and 10, West Fork, Sprick, the quarterback, brings his troops to the line of scrimmage. He's under center. He's going to run a running play, a sweep to the right, and gets a little room, breaks out into the secondary, runs across the 30, down to about the 33, maybe even the 34-yard line, David.
That's 54, Corey Carter on the stop for Booneville. Anthony Tillery ran up and had him for a short gain, maybe even a loss, and just kind of put a little move there, and he ran right by Anthony.
Kind of cut inside Tillery, and that's a hard thing to do to Anthony Tillery.
But his teammate Carter was there to back him up and make the play.
So after that gain, about a 9-yard gain on that sweep to the right side, West Fork's going to be facing a 3rd down opportunity with about a yard to go. 3rd and 1 for West Fork, ball at the 34-yard line. There's the snap,
Blitz.
handoff right up the middle, and the blitz. Looks like Pack is going to stop that ball carrier for a loss, David.
Yeah, Wayne Pack just fell there in front of him, and he couldn't go anywhere, and he couldn't run over Wayne Pack at all.
Looked like Wayne just engulfed him as he came. Matter of fact, it ended up in about a 1.5-yard loss. So now West Fork is going to be facing a 4th down and 2. That's exactly the opposite of what they needed to happen there.
Exactly.
Corey Carter on a blitz that time from his right linebacker position.
I think here you got to come after him again.
Well, let's take a look at what they're going to do. They look like they're going to line up. They're sending 2 wide receivers, twins to the left and twins right. 4 wide receivers. Single back in the backfield, and he's going to hand it off right up the middle.
Oh, what a hit by Carter. Corey Carter came up there and sent him back the other direction.
That's going to be number 20, the ball carrier, Jacob Hoops, and he is just going to be stroked by Corey Carter. Corey Carter just leveled him, and so that's not even close to a 1st down.
There was one Bearcat that had him low. I didn't get a number on that one, but Corey Carter finished him off high, sent him back the other direction.
I tell you, Corey's going back out there on offense, too. Take a look. He's hitting the field on offense, normally a one-way player on defense. Corey's going to get an opportunity to play on offense.
I believe we have Chris King, number 21, in at quarterback for Booneville now.
I'm always excited to watch Chris King run the offense. All right, Chad Wall at fullback. Looks like we've got number 32 for the Bearcats, and that's going to be Bursey at the left half. There's a handoff to Chad Wall right up the middle.
44 for West Fork. He's still trying to make the play.
Chad Wall playing the fullback position, I believe, for the first time this year since his knee injury. Chad Wall, even before the season started, sustained an ACL injury, and I believe he's playing with a brace as we speak. Chad Wall being a senior, he chose to forego the surgery and just brace up for it, and now he's at fullback. 2nd down and 8. Handoff that time to Bursey, and he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage. Looks like it's going to be about a 1-yard loss. And the rain is coming down again, and the people in the stands are scrambling.
Down hard now.
So after that 2-yard loss, the Bearcats are going to be facing about a 3rd down and 9. Ball is spotted at about the 33, let's call it the 34-yard line of West Fork.
I believe Justin Van Zandt, number 88, was in on that stop for West Fork, too.
King at quarterback, brings his troops to the line of scrimmage. Wide to the right. Handoff right up the middle to Wall. And Wall is going to carry for some pretty good yardage right there, David. Looks like he's going to get about maybe 5 or 6 on the carry.
Looks like maybe 63 for West Fork was in there on that stop.
63 for the Tigers.
Brad Trammell on that stop. And it is really raining now, buddy, I tell you. I'm glad we're in here.
Yeah, me too. He carried across the 30-yard line down to about the 28-yard line of the West Fork Tigers. Booneville now facing a 4th down and 4. That ball carry was carried out by Chad Wall, the fullback. And here comes Chad Wall in at fullback again. In wide to the left for the Bearcats is Kyle Adair. And off again to the fullback. And he breaks up in the middle. Wall to the 10, to the 5. And he's down at the 1-yard line.
I called it too early. He couldn't beat 35. 35 had the angle on him for West Fork.
Great.
Got him, I think, inside the 1, buddy.
Great blocking out in front. Chad Wall had a crease, and he took advantage of it. Ran it all the way down to about the 1-yard line. Less than the 1-yard line, like you said, David.
Inside the 1.
It's 1st and goal.
1st and goal Bearcats after that Chad Wall run. And we're just going to have to wait and see what this rain does, because it's sending a lot of people scurrying. 5:56 remaining in the third period. Booneville leading 35-0. King sets his troops. There's the snap. Handoff to Wall again. Going to be met at the line of scrimmage. Second effort may get him. Touchdown, Chad Wall.
Yeah, it was the second effort. He was stopped initially and just kind of spun off to the right and back over. And of course, all that has to happen is the ball has to break the plane, and that's what happened. Even if he doesn't go in, as long as he gets the ball across, and that's what he did.
He got it across, so that's going to be a 1-yard TD run.
And we're going to try to pack the extra point here.
Chad Wall. Nice to see Chad Wall back.
Wayne Pack will attempt the extra point.
I believe he was on the kickoff team last week.
The kick is
Pack in to attempt the extra point. The kick looks perfect. And Pack is perfect.
It's a good
So with 5:09 remaining in the third quarter, Booneville now leads West Fork after that Chad Wall touchdown run, 42-0. We'll be back. Cat Stadium, Booneville, Arkansas. David Berry and Buddy Swift, myself, with a ball game that seems to have gotten out of hand, David. 42-0. Booneville leads with 4:06, with mercy rule enforced in the third period.
Well, I think West Fork's glad to see that.
And it looks like Andrew Haney, number 9, he steps onto the field to kick this ball off, and he kicks it fairly deep, David, down to about the 16.
It's a good kick.
Cuts to the outside, and he's got some room. And finally going to be driven out of bounds at about the 45-yard line, I think, by number 32, and that's Bursey.
Bursey knocked him out of bounds there.
Blevins on the return.
You know, that's one thing that Coach Rippey does not like to see, even on his, even when you're late in the game like this, is a breakdown on kickoff coverage. If Booneville has had a couple of weaknesses during the course of the year, it's been on their kickoff coverage, getting out of their lanes and leaving some spaces in that kickoff coverage open. That time, the lanes were blown. There was a huge hole to the right-hand side, and West Fork took advantage of it, and now probably has the best field position they've had all night long.
Yeah, you talk about that kickoff. We got to see that, the opening kickoff of the Dardanelle game.
Touchdown, right off the bat. Sprick, the quarterback, brings him to the line of scrimmage. West Fork, there's the snap. A dead pitch that time to number 20, rolling to his left, looking for his man. He's got his man. Number 1 out in the left flat, a complete for pretty close to a first down.
Right at the sticks, I believe, buddy. He's knocked right out. That's going to be a first.
That is a first down, West Fork, on a rollout pass, a fake dead pitch to the right, and a rollout to the left, and a good fine pass to the left sideline.
First down, 10.
Went out right at the marker. Bring up 1st and 10 for West Fork now into Booneville territory.
Yeah, Booneville territory. Call it the 45-yard line of Booneville. This may be the first penetration into Booneville territory by West Fork on the night.
I do believe this is probably the deepest they've been all night.
There's a snap out of the shotgun, looking deep, throwing underneath to number 82, and he's going to be stopped after about a 3-yard gain.
82, Alan Lothar for Booneville on the stop right there.
And I believe that was 82 on the reception for the West Fork Tigers, which is Daniel Yates. And he's a tall young man, good-sized target. 3-yard gain. West Fork will now be looking at a 2nd down 7. Ball spotted at the 42-yard line of the Booneville Bearcats. 1:46 remaining in the third period. That's the thing about this mercy rule. Once that clock starts, it keeps going and time flies. 2nd and 8. There's a snap out of the shotgun, throwing into the flat. Complete, cuts to the inside, breaks the tackle, breaks another tackle, and finally gang tackled after another West Fork first down, but not until he makes it to the 31-yard line of the Booneville Bearcats.
I believe that was 32, Thomas Bursey in there on that stop with some of his buddies.
Right now, West Fork is running that kind of that gun and shoot or run and shoot, should you call it. Right now, they're choosing more gun than run, and they're just throwing the ball underneath on the flat and making the first defender miss.
Yeah, well, Booneville's going to give them anything they want underneath. They're not going to, let them get over the top.
West Fork now having a 1st and 10. Quarterback Sprick goes under center, takes a snap, and is now rotating to his right. Looking again underneath, but the ball is underthrown after heavy pressure by the Booneville defense.
Looked like that one may have slipped out of his hand there.
Number 55 for the Bearcats is out there, and I believe that's Alex Mashburn, another young man who suffered a knee injury in the Mena game, an MCL injury, and is trying to come back from that. 28 seconds remaining in this third period. Booneville leading 42-0 over the West Fork Tigers. West Fork now facing a 2nd down and 10, ball at the 31-yard line of the Bearcats. Out of the shotgun, Sprick Back deep with him is Hoops, the halfback. There's the snap, looking underneath for that pass again, and it is dropped.
82, I think he heard footsteps. I think he heard Bolliard and
Looks like Bolliard and Luther.
82.
And 82.
Luther was in on that one.
And folks, that is the end of the third period that has kind of hastily gone by due to the mercy rule. Booneville leading 42-0 over West Fork. We'll be back after these messages.
A1's
Bearcat Stadium, Booneville, Arkansas, with the last quarter of football action. Booneville leading West Fork 42-0. I'm with David Berry tonight in lieu of Larry Mitchell being on vacation, and the Bearcats now stopping probably the deepest threat by the West Fork Tigers on the night. 3rd and 10, West Fork. Sprick, option to the right, pitches on the corner, makes the corner down to the 25-yard line, and he's going to be very close to the sticks. Looks like he's going to come up short, David.
I believe that was Bursey, and I think Lowther on the stop too for Booneville there, and Bolliard was also in on that pursuit.
That's going to be Jacob Hoops, pardon me, on the. He receives the option pitch, the lead option pitch from Sprick, the quarterback, but he doesn't. They run him out of bounds prior to the stick, and that means he's going to be 4th down and about 2. 4th and 2. Ball is spotted at the 23-yard line.
Right now, defense just wants to preserve the shutout. That's what they're going for right here.
And there's a lot of second-teamers and even third-teamers out there, but they want to stop this. They want the shutout to be intact.
There's a lot of pride on the line right now.
4th and 2. West Fork, 24-yard line of Booneville. There's the snap. Sprick, there's the throw. It's incomplete. So the Booneville defense has held. Booneville has held, and they will take over on downs with 10 minutes and 43 seconds remaining in this shortened 4th quarter.
I thought Alan Lowther was going to get the pick on that one over there.
I'm not sure that he saw it coming.
He was there, but like you say, May just got there so quick, he didn't have time to react to it.
It was kind of a gun shot. I mean, the Sprick took the snap, and there's been several of the passes that he's run tonight that you can tell have been timing patterns. Most of the time when he gets under center and he throws a pass, it's almost always a timing route, just boom, boom. And that was another one, but it just didn't work out.
And what's happened all night on the timing, what throws off the timing? The pressure. The pressure.
And Booneville has been experts at getting pressure on their quarterback all night long. So after the turning the ball over on downs by West Fork, now Booneville has the ball with something to prove at their own 23-yard line with King in at quarterback. Chris King, number 21. There's a handoff to number 23 for the Bearcats. That's going to be Jake Bolliard, and he's going to be tackled after, looks like about a yard gain.
I believe 23 was in on that stop for West Fork. That would be Nathan Van Name. That was one of the names I saw down there.
The name of the man that has the name of
there was 3 or 4 jerseys down there.
That's the man with the name of the name.
That's right.
I know that name.
That's a fine name.
Okay. 2nd down and 9, Bearcats. Ball at the 25-yard line of Booneville. Chris King under center. Double wingback set, handoff to the fullback right up the middle, and I believe let's see if that's going to be Wall. That is Wall again on the carry.
See 44 for West Fork coming up off the bottom of that pile. That'd be in Jacob Bragg.
Number 77, Shane Carnes.
Wall getting quite a bit of work now from his familiar spot of fullback.
2 yards.
That he was so successful at running last year. He shared duties last year with Daniel Shaw.
He's got the majority of the carries here in the second half.
So now we're going to be looking at a 3rd down and about 6. The ball is at the 27-yard line of the Bearcats. Chris King brings his troops to the line. Long snap count, man in motion. Bursey with a handoff on a dive to the right-hand side of the offensive line. Looks like out in front of him is number 58. Blocking out in front there, and that's Maverick. That's Maverick.
Maverick on the play. 58 for Booneville being Maverick. 35 was on the stop there, I do believe, for West Fork. And oddly enough, we still don't have 35 on our roster.
It's a 4th down and 2. And so McDonald probably coming in. Their punt team has now come in, which is going to replace a lot of people. And looks like back deep in punt formation, Booneville is set.
Got number 1 for West Fork.
Timeout. That's going to be number
Mathis Haley
80.
back deep.
That's going to be Jed Bulliard back there to punt the ball, and he's going to call a timeout. He didn't see something up on the line of scrimmage that he liked. And so we'll take a timeout for these messages. Stadium, Booneville, Arkansas. And while we're away, Jed Bulliard punted the ball for
About 30 yards.
about a 30-yard punt, net result. And the ball is now at the 43-yard line of the West Fork Tigers. 1st and 10, West Fork. And we have the quarterback, Chris Sprick, under center. 4 wideouts, 2 wide, 2 left. There's the snap, there's the throw, and the ball is incomplete. Just dropped by number 3.
I think he was trying to run before he had complete control of the football there, buddies, what it looked like. 'Cause he had it right in his hands.
Right in his hands. You know, we were talking about that last week in the Waldron game, how Andrew Springer on that just apparent interception. Do you remember that?
Uh-huh.
The ball was coming right to him, and he looked at it, looked at it, looked at it, looked at it, and dropped it. However, Andrew Springer, through the course of the year, can catch it under his legs, behind his back. You know, any contorted position that you can find him in, he can make a catch in, but while he looked at it, it's just too hard to do that.
You can make those difficult ones, but the easy ones are not so easy, are they?
Sometimes that's tough. Little thunder taking place to the west of us right now. That rain that Stacy said wouldn't come, came.
It's here.
It's
wet.
here.
The weather rock is wet now.
But
You know, there's only 2 kinds of people in Arkansas that predict the weather, and that's newcomers and fools.
Which are you? Because you've been here a while.
remaining in this football game, Booneville leading 42-0. Sprick, the quarterback, out of the gun, dropping back, looking deep, firing over the middle, complete at the 43-yard line, and immediately dropped by the Booneville defender, number 15.
Kyle Murray.
Kyle Murray did a great job. I mean, come across the middle.
He was right there on top of him.
Put a lick on him.
But I think they were marking down. His knee had touched anyway. So
Okay.
But it was still a nice tackle by Kyle because the guy tried to get up and run.
That's going to be a first down for the West Fork Tigers. Ball inside Booneville territory down to the 43-yard line. 1st and 10. 4:34 remaining. Booneville leading 42-0. Sprick, the quarterback, out of the gun formation. Wide to the right is 2, and wide to the left is 2 receivers. Back, under pressure now, throwing complete to the right-hand side, and pushed out of bounds finally by Booneville, number 62.
And Kyle Robertson for Booneville pushed him out of bounds over on the far side.
And David, I think that's going to be about a 5-yard gain. Nice throw and catch that time. Good timing route on the corner. Pass on the money, pass caught.
I think you're right.
So now West Fork sets up again, trying to get points on the board before this game goes into the books. Sprick out of the gun, looking deep, backpedaling 3 steps, now 4, rotating a little to his left, got a man, but he's just thrown it about 5 yards deeper than the route has taken the man.
That's the deepest pass we've seen him throw all night, I believe.
All night long. He took that one to the house.
Intended for
Overthrew him about 5 yards there.
That was intended for number 25, which I believe is Andrew Tabor. Tabor being a sophomore.
And who was that back here on the coverage?
That was 42.
42?
Yeah, 42.
42 would be Doug Turley on the coverage there.
On coverage. Nice. Lots of young men out there getting a chance to show their abilities. 3rd down 6, West Fork. There's the snap under center. A quick out route to the right side, and the ball's on the ground. And there's flags on the play.
62, Kyle Robertson, causing that fumble there.
Now we're gonna have to kind of just sit back and be spectators on this now, because I couldn't tell you what's going to happen on this. Because it appeared to be a fumble, it appeared to have been caught, and there's a flag on the play. Now how all this figures in, you're going to have to tell me.
Was the flag after possession?
They're saying inadvertent flag. Booneville has recovered the fumble. 86 on the recovery, right?
86. That would be.
and it is refused, and Booneville takes over on down.
That would be John Patton for the Bearcats recovering that fumble.
The flag was against West Fork, and
Tenth
Booneville
grader.
refused it. And we would like to remind you guys that are out there listening that didn't get a chance to come to this ball game that you are listening to Booneville Bearcat football simulcast on Cool 104.7 KRBK, Booneville Fort Smith, and Booneville Community 2.
Get out there and chow down.
Chris King brings his troops to the line of scrimmage in at quarterback, under center, long snap count. There's the snap. Going to run a lead option himself. Little drop step. He's still on his feet, kind of crabbing across the 40. Looks like he's going to get about at least 7 yards on the carry, David.
Yeah, it looks like number 83 may have helped trip him up along with the wet grass. Be Bradley Burnett.
I call that a lead option. A lead option most of the time kind of goes down the line of scrimmage and looks for a seam. However, what Chris did that time is he just took the snap, kind of did a drop snap, and then just went right off of the guard's hip there.
Right up the middle.
Kind of a quarterback counter almost. Second down after an 8-yard gain. Second down and 2. Quarterback makes a fake. Again, King's going to keep it. He's got lots
a lot of green.
Lots of green to the 40. To the 35, to the 25, to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and he's down at the 3. Chris King. Robert's going to be late to count this up. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 5, 57 yards. Chris King on an option keeper to the right side.
Robert Smith, 81, is the one for West Fork that saved the touchdown there.
57-yard run. Chris King, you know, he runs the option good. He's little. He's hard to see.
But they lose him back there behind the line of scrimmage, and he can bust a play, just like you saw right there.
They lost him. He was out. He was 88 and out the gate before we even knew he was out there. And like you said, you pronounced it right. He had a lot of green. Carries it all the way down to the 3-yard line. First and goal, Bearcats. Chris King brings it to the line of scrimmage, and we're out of the bone formation, wishbone formation.
How about that?
There's a snap.
And just downing it. Just downing it.
Chris King downs the football. 20 seconds remaining, and that will probably be the last play of this football game.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the ball game, and I'd like to...
So I said that was the wishbone formation, and actually, that was the victory formation.
That was the victory formation. The kneel-down formation.
Kneel-down formation, out of the bone. And that is going to be 2-1. That is the end of this football game. With your final score here at Bearcat Stadium, Booneville Bearcats remain undefeated, 8-0.
5-0 in conference now.
5-0 in conference with a score of 42-0 over the West Fork Tigers.
And the fireworks are booming now.
And David, I think that you would be safe to say that that was a complete domination.
It was a complete domination by Booneville on both sides of the ball. Like we said earlier, when West Fork first came out, it looked like they could move the ball a little bit the first couple of plays.
Right.
But Booneville shut that down immediately, and then the offense went to work, and they never did allow West Fork to get anything at all going offensively all night.
All night long. Nothing. I tell you, West Fork had a rough road to hoe all night long, and Booneville did not let up. They did a great job. This team has it on their mind. I guess that's the best way to put it. They've got it on their mind, and so far they've shown us week in and week out that when they come to play, they come to play. It doesn't matter who's showing up. They're showing up to play football.
That's right.
And this has carried him to an 8-0 season. This is kind of spelling out to be another one of those special seasons that these Booneville Bearcat fans have come accustomed to, David.
Yeah, and, like you were talking to, they're always ready to play. You know, Rippy doesn't want to look ahead too far, and he's always got them focused and ready.
And looking ahead, talk about next week just a little bit before we let these guys go. Farmington.
At Farmington.
At Farmington. Is that enough? Yeah, that's probably enough. You know, Farmington, there's some rich history in Farmington also, and Farmington Booneville. And Larry and I talked a little bit about it last week. One of the greatest football games we ever called together as a team was when Booneville played Farmington at Clair Bait Stadium in Van Buren, Arkansas, in like the second or third round of the state playoffs.
I remember that.
In 1985, and that was a great football game, unbelievable football game. And Farmington has some great tradition, has had success for years there. And right now, Farmington's kicking around that second place. They're battling that second place team before AAA with Ozark. And Ozark and Farmington, have they played yet?
Yes, they played, and I believe Ozark beat Farmington.
That was their loss. That was Farmington's lone loss.
I believe it was.
So Farmington's going to come out with blood in their eye. There's no doubt about that. They're going to want to rectify that loss with Ozark.
Most definitely.
I do understand that Farmington has at least one player that is gaining some attention. I mean, you have to be careful about Division I when you talk about people saying that a young man has Division I talent, because you'll hear that they do and you never hear of them again.
Right.
But they do have some talented players, and they do have one exceptional talent down there at halfback position. And so I'm sure we're going to see a great ball game. It's an opportunity for the Bearcats to show up again, foreign territory. As far as I know, this is going to be the first time we've been in Farmington, and capable of taking it on the road, have the Bearcat Road Show, and see what happens there.
I'm sure we'll take a lot of folks up there, just like always, and it should be a very good game, like you say. They're a talented team, and it's this time of year where it's do or die for a lot of teams. They're Booneville just has to worry about themselves. They,
Right.
control their own destiny,
Right.
so to speak. And you got teams that are really pushing, like Farmington and Ozark, and they're really going to be battling. They're going to be pushing, and it should be a very good game.
Well, I think we've done about all we can do. Great ball game here tonight. West Fork, Arkansas, Booneville, Arkansas, Bearcats, and the Tigers. Booneville had a great ball game, showed dominance all the way through, and I think we've done all we can do. Stacy, anything that you want to announce? Anything that you want to bring up to the folks at home?
Actually, I want to be sure and mention that the Irish Setter Club of America will be coming into South Logan County starting tomorrow. Actually,
That's kind of a neat thing, isn't
it's
it?
wonderful. It's one of the 4 national field trials that we have each year, and this will be the Irish Setter Club of America, and they're going to be here for a week during their national field trial.
Oh,
And they're a
wow.
wonderful bunch of people. They're wonderful to be around. Very friendly. They'll come from all over the United States. And I tell you what, if you get a chance to slip into South Logan County and slip out to the Blue Mountain Wildlife Demonstration Area, go out on what they call the dog wagon
Yeah.
and watch it, because it is a lot of fun. Especially if you like bird dogs,
Yeah.
and if you like Irish setters, you're
I
going to
love
love this.
I
You're
love
going
'em.
you're going
Love
to love
dogs.
this. These dogs are just, they're not really hyper, but they love what they do.
You know what's amazing about that kind of stuff, though, too? The field trials that they have here, people drive thousands and thousands of miles
That's right.
to
That's
come
right.
see that, and we have it right here at home.
We
How
have
can
it right,
you beat that?
right in our backyard, and it's the most amazing thing I've ever been a part of.
Well, the rain is coming down. The field trial is starting tomorrow, right? Is that
Well, the actual trial starts Monday, but
Okay.
they'll start coming in. They'll start traveling in tomorrow.
awesome?
And go Razorbacks! I got a big one tomorrow.
Oh yeah, they sure do. The rain's coming down.
Dogs.
We definitely rained on the West Fork parade. The Bearcats victorious. We'll see you next week in Farmington. For David Berry, Buddy Swift.